And the next question we have is about the ferry boat, and I have seen the same kind of question in the assignment as well, but with different values. So I'm trying to solve this question by using the values which are in here in the statement, because I didn't have the like the clear picture of the same values from the assignment. So I'm using these values right now. Let's talk about this question. So ferry boat is traveling in a direction 38-degree north of east. So for that, let's draw the direction of the east, and so this will be east, this will be north. Okay, and that is boat is traveling in a direction 38-degree north of east. So north of east is a kind of the angle will be with the x component, like the x-axis. So it will be, sorry, it will be something like this. So this is 38-degree. Okay, and that direction has 5.50 meter per second value. So this is the boat, uh, ferry boat's relative velocity with respect to water. So I would say this is the situation, river, or you will say the water. Let's see, I would change it to the river, to the water. Okay, and the second thing in here, that there's a person who's also walking with velocity 2.5 meter per second due east relative to the boat. So the person is actually moving relative to the boat. So that's what why I choose this question to discuss with you, because I need to explain that how we're going to take the second direction. First of all, I was thinking that you can also choose like the origin from here, right? Because that can be the origin part. But the boat is going this way, so this is the direction of the boat. So you can't choose like you can also choose in between from any point. But if you choose the origin right here, that this is the direction of the person, right, then you can't solve, like it will be hard to find the resulting component. And I will show you like how we're going to choose this, the direction of the person. So the person is going along the east, right, this direction. So this direction will be parallel to this direction as well, right? So that means the person is going with respect to the boat, because this is the direction for the boat. So the person is going down east. So this is the person's velocity, right? And the person is going with respect to the boat. So this is the boat, and these are the two vectors we needed. And now let's resolve the component of the boat, which will be like the x component here and the y component. So the x component will be bvw cos of 38-degree, and this will be the sine component. So I will just use the value instead of that, sine 38-degree. Okay, and now what will be the resultant vector? So if the one vector is here this way, the second vector is here, then to close the triangle we will use the third vector in the opposite direction, right? So this is the triangle law of vector addition. So this will be the final answer which we are looking for, the passenger with respect to water. Okay, so this is the passenger with respect to water, that will be the final answer. So for finding this answer, I know it's pretty sketchy, that's why like I have to use two different diagrams. So the first diagram I have, uh, I will use the components, so which will be the components of this one, that will be the velocity vector of the boat with respect to water, and that will have 5.5 cos 38, and that is again I cap, or the x component, right? And also the second one will have is the y component, which is 5.5 and sine of 38, and that is j cap, or the y component. And what will be the directional component for the person? So the person is going down east, so the person's velocity with respect to the boat, that was 2 point, like in my question it was 2.5. So I'm using that value 2.5, and that is I cap, and it doesn't have any y component, so I will use like 0 for the y component. Now what will be the velocity of the boat with respect to the person, because the person with respect to the boat or water. So for that we will use the addition of the components. Let's see. So the person with respect to the water, right? This is what we are needing, like the person with respect to water. So the person with respect to water will be the person's velocity with respect to boat plus the boat velocity with respect to water, right? This is how you can separate the relative velocity, and that means I have to use like the x with the x component and y with the y component to find out the resultant. So that'll be 2.5 plus 5.5 cos 38, and that is I cap component, and the y component will be 0 plus 5.5, so that will be 5.5 sine 38, the y component. So this will be the vector components, and if you need to find out the magnitude of this vector, that will be the square root of the whole values right here. So you will simply plug in the values like squaring this value and this value, and then you will get the answer. So 2.5 plus 5.5 cos 38 square of that plus 5.5 sine 38 square of that. Okay, so when you will solve this, let me see how much I will get. So this value is 7.63 meter per second. Now when you solve this part, right, now the question is about how to find the direction. Basically, like in the previous questions, we found the direction by using the tan inverse, because in that case we have like perpendicular and like the the opposite and the adjacent components. But in this part right here, so this is the direction of the vector, which is this way, and we are looking for the direction with respect to, like, this is the angle we are looking for. Okay, so I will show you here with another diagram that we calculated the resultant component, which is not the one which is I think with the 38-degree. So this is not the one. This is the velocity of the person with respect to water, and this is the direction of the the first part, which is like due north, where it is. Okay, so this component right here, this component. So I will use that component, which is 5.5 sine 38. So 5.5 sine 38, that is the y component, and this will be the angle between them. So now to find the angle between them, I'll go over, like, I will draw a perpendicular right here. Okay, so this is the perpendicular 90-degree, and this is the one of the components. So I will use let me see how much. Okay, so yeah, we can use it. What values we have? We have this value, right? And we have this value, hypotenuse, this one. So by taking the reference of this angle, this will be the base and this will be hypotenuse. So you can use cos, which is like the adjacent over hypotenuse. So the cos theta would be the value which is 5.5 sine 38 upon the hypotenuse, which was like VPW. Then you will get the cos inverse of that, you will get the final answer.